All right, I wanted to pick up right where we left off for our study guide. So we had just tested choice A to see if it rounded to 600,000 and if it rounded to 650,000, and it did not. So we need to move on to our next one, 648,329. All right. We got to round to the hundred thousands place to see if it rounds to 600,000, and then we got to round to the 10,000s place to see if it would round to 650,000. So I'm going to go to the 100,000s place, look at the next place, which is a 4. Okay, 0 through 1, round down. 0 through 4. We round down, and then 5 to 9, we round up. So that's a 4. So we are going to round down to 600,000. Okay, now we've got to figure out what it rounds to in the nearest 10,000s. There's a 10,000s place, so I'm going to look to the next place right there. Okay, there's an 8. So that means it's going to round up. So that 4 rounds up to 5, and everything after it turns into zeros. So it does round to 600,000, and it does round to 650,000. So let's go back to our question. It says, which of these could be the number? So we know that B could be the number. I'm just going to go through C and D real quick just to make sure. If I was to round the 654,732 to the nearest thousands place, I would look at this 5. That means it's going to round up. So that 6 would be a 7. So it does not round to 600,000. So I know that one's not going to be an option. Then I'm going to look at 661,428. So I'm going to round that 6. So that means I look at the next 6. That 6 tells me to round the other 6 up. So that's going to be 700,000. So that one's not an option either. So our only answer would be B. All right, number 7. Select all the correct ways to regroup and rename the number 720,000. Okay. All right. Oops. 720,000. So 720 tens. Let's see how many tens that's equal to. So here's my ones. Here's my tens. So I'm going to draw a dot there. Scoop all the way to the beginning. Is that 720 tens? No, that is 72,000. So it is not A. 7,200 hundreds. Okay, so let's go to the hundreds place. Ones, tens, hundreds. Scoop all the way to the beginning. So I have 7,200. 7,200 hundreds. Yep, that's an option. All right, 720,000. So we got to see how many thousands. So I got to go to the thousands place. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Make a scoop to the beginning. 720. Yep, 720 thousands. So far, B and C are answers. All right, now 10,000s. Let's go to my 10,000s place. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. Make the scoop. So I got 72 10,000s, 72 10,000s. So far we have B, C, and E. And 100,000. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. So I only have a 7 in my scoop. and it says 72. So nope, E is not an answer. So we only have B, C, and E as all the correct ways to regroup and rename. All right. Number 8, place an X in the table to show if each comparison is true or false. Okay, so we're comparing 9,426 to 9,237. So I'm going to make sure that they all start in the same place, which is the thousands place, okay? So I have 9,000 and 9,000. So far, they're equal. Now I'll go on to the hundreds. I have 400s and I have 200s. Well, I know that 400 is bigger than 200. So there is no way for this number, 9,426, to be less than. So that one's going to be false. All right. Now we have 8,000 plus 90 is equal to 8,000 plus 9. Well, I have to have the same thing on one side of the equal sign as the other. And I don't have that. I have 8,000 plus 90 on that side, and then 8,000 plus 9 on that side. So they are not equal. That is false. And we have it in word form. 478, okay, is greater than 459. If it helps you, write it out. 478 is greater than 459. Okay. So it's saying 478 is greater than 459. I have 400s, 400s, 7 10s, 5 10s. I have more 10s here, so that means this number is greater than. So yes, that is true. What is 36,142? 36,142 rounded to the nearest thousand. All right. Well, got to find my thousands place. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Now I've got to figure out if I've got to round up or down. So I'm going to look to the place before it. There's a 1. That 1 tells me I need to round down. Okay, so that means that 6 stays the same. And everything after it turns into zeros. So it is 36,000. Regroup and rename the number. 25,000 is equal to how many hundreds? Okay. We got to find out how many hundreds. So here's our ones, tens, hundreds. Gonna scoop. I have a 250, so that's 250 hundreds. What is 400,000 plus 20,000 plus 80 plus 5 in standard form? All right, so I'm going to start with my biggest number, which is 400,000. So I've got a 4 in the 100,000s place. There's my 100,000s. Well, let's start at the beginning. Let's start. So I know that the biggest place is going to be the 100,000s place. So I'm going to go ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. That way we can make sure we get all of our places in. All right, so we got 400,000s. We're going to put a 4 in our 100,000s place. We have 20,000, so we got a 2 in the 10,000s place. Okay, we have plus 80, so that means I have 8 tens. 8 goes in the tens place. Well, I still have my thousands, but I have none. And I have no hundreds, but I do have 8 tens and 5 ones. So there's a 5. So my number is 420,085. All right, Max rolls 4 number cubes. The number cubes show 3, 5, 1, and 4. What are the greatest and least possible 4-digit numbers Max can make with these digits? The greatest possible 4-digit number. Okay, You want to start with the biggest number and then go down to the smallest. So we have a 3, 5, 1, and 4. 3, 5, 1, and 4. It's for me to look at. All right, so my biggest number here is a 5. So I'm going to start with 5. Cross that off because I'm done with it. Next is a 4. That's the second biggest number here. Done with that one. Our next biggest after a 4, 1, no, 3. Yep. Done with that one. And our last one is 1. Ooh. Okay. So our biggest number possible is 5,431. Then we got to figure out the smallest number possible. So just like we did the biggest number to the smallest number, we're going to do the smallest to the biggest. So we have 1 is our smallest, 3 is the next one, 4 is the next one, and 5 is the last. So our smallest number possible is 1,345. That one's super simple. All right, for the number 2,488, how many times greater is the value of the digit 8 in the tens place than the value of the 8 in the ones place? Okay, 2,488. Okay, so we got to figure out how many times greater the value in the tens, the 8 in the tens place is than the ones. Okay, well, here's my ones place. Here's my tens place. So we have 8 in both. The 8 in the ones place is, the value is just 8. But the 8 in the tens place, so 10 eighths is 80. Okay, so how many times bigger is that 8 in the tens place than the 8 in the ones? We move it up 1, that's 1 place, so it is 10 times greater. A baseball team sold 234,887 tickets to their games in June, 229,531 tickets in July, and 256,832 tickets in August. Write the number of tickets sold in each month from greatest to least. So all you're not doing is putting the numbers in greatest to least order. So we got to first find our biggest number. So I know that there's 200,000s in each one. Okay, let's go to our 10,000s. There's a 3, 2, and a 5. Oh, 256,832 is our biggest. So I'm going to put that one first. 256,832 is the first one. Okay, so that's our biggest one. They sold the most in August. Okay, so now we have 2 numbers left. We got to look at June and July. So we have 2 and 2 100,000s. We have 3 10,000s and 2 10,000s. Well, that one's bigger because there's 3 10,000s there and there's only 2 10,000s there. So 234,887 is our next number. Make sure I have it going the right way. There we go. And we only have one number left, so that is 229,531. And those are in order from the greatest to the least. Part B, write less than, greater than, or equal to compare the number of tickets sold in June and August. Okay, so all we have to do is figure out greater than, less than, or equal to. Okay, well, we know that's not equal to because they're not the same number. Okay, remember in the alligator mouth, if you think of that sign as an alligator mouth, write it big. Okay, here's his teeth, sharp teeth of the alligator. He wants to eat the biggest meal. He wants to get the biggest number. Okay, so that would be greater than this would be less than, okay? So he's still going to eat the bigger numbers. So we have 234,887 and 256,832. Well, you really could use what work you just did in part A to figure out part B. Okay, we just put them in order, so we know which one's bigger. We know 234,887. Okay, there's that one. And 256,832. We just put them in order from greatest to least. So we know that this number is greater than both of those numbers. So 234,887 is less than 256,832. Please let me know if you have any questions. You'll have a test on this next week.